Salmon swim upstream to a specific location to make sure that their offspring have the best chance of surviving. And the reason why they do that is because they understand the importance of the environmental aspects of growth. And as humans and as people, we need to learn to do the same. I had to referee a game yesterday, and when I refereed that game, I got annoyed because one of the coaches, and this was, these were girls. I think they were like 9 or 10-year-old girls that I was reffing at the time, or that was that game. And the coach was a male, and he just kept yelling and yelling at this little girl, and she just kept crying, and her game started getting worse. And it hit something to me. So, so I got annoyed at the coach. I didn't take the coach up or anything, but I definitely got annoyed because I felt like he was violating her growth. And what we have a habit of doing is we want people to treat our kids a certain way when we don't treat them that way ourselves. So one of the things that I want to bring this message for is we definitely have to make sure that we become mature enough to know what environment is conducive for the growth of our offspring as well as ourselves. And I'm bringing this topic up for a couple of reasons. For one is because I got a chance to watch the Melanin Code film, and it's a phenomenal film. And it's a film about how, as a people, the environment, like it gives us a code to how to build the environment for us as a people to grow and develop. And I mean, this is not just for black people, but it's for humans in general. The Melanin Code film was really designed to make sure that we produce a cultivator to where we can cultivate an environment for everybody to learn how to love and support and serve each other as well as ourselves on a higher level. And I like the Melanin Code because it talks about teaching kids financial literacy and everything else. But I just had to plug in the Melanin Code film for that. But this message is really about making sure that we learn how to cultivate an environment that's conducive for growth, and knowing that it is okay to make sure that you take yourself as well as anybody else out of the environment that's destructive to their growth. But back to this kid. So this little girl, her game kept getting worse. I mean, they only played 2 halves, but the first, for the first 6 minutes, she did well. As soon as she got fussed at, she had 0 points, scored 0 points, had 0 rebounds, and almost fouled out. And it was sad because she decided to allow this guy to get the best of her, which is her coach. I mean, this is the guy who's supposed to make sure that she has the best time and the best game that she's ever had. But he did the direct opposite. He yelled at her. He was cussing. And it really struck a nerve to me. So I didn't really say anything to him for the rest of the game. But I just want y'all to be aware. Kids are the ones who definitely need for our parents to become more like salmon. Swim upstream and make sure that we become productive because of the environment that we're going to be in. Set the environment for your kids to where people don't cuss at them and people don't yell at them, because we train kids for how we want them to receive how other people treat them. So stop cussing at your kids. You don't have to really beat your kids all the time. That's not something that doesn't help a kid. That doesn't help a kid develop. That doesn't help a kid grow. What it does is it can oppress the kid, and it can put a lot of fear in kids. And I mean, growing up, that's what happened with me. I felt depressed and I felt depressed because I got so many beatings growing up that it really wasn't conducive for my growth. In fact, it really taught me that anytime somebody don't do what I like, to put my hands on them. And that's not really how it works. If you really want to discipline somebody, the best way to do it is make sure that the environment is right, for one. And then for two, teach them. The definition of discipline is to teach. It's not to beat. It's not to punish. It's not to sabotage. It's not to do any of that. So that's my message for today. Make sure that we create and cultivate an environment, not only for our children, but also for ourselves. So if you're around friends that that are not conducive for your growth, get rid of them, because those are going to be the toxic areas of your environment. And I know for sure that we can't be the only species on the planet who forgot that. Birds fly south. Eagles build nests in high places. Whales swim to a specific location, all to make sure that their kids have the best chance, that their offspring has the best chance of growing. And that's one of the most important messages I want to get to you. This is Big Mike the Messenger. And I do want to make sure that we learn how to build heaven on earth. But first, it starts with us. First, we have to change our environment so that we can change ourselves. We have to change ourselves mentally, and we definitely have to make sure that we understand the importance of making sure that the environment is going to be very conducive, that the environment should be conducive to our kids' growth as well as to our growth. I am Big Mike the Messenger. Let's build heaven on earth. Once again, when you get a chance, check out the Melanin Code film. You can go to themelaниncode.com or just Google it. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on everything. It's on Twitter. But feel free to check it out. I am Big Mike the Messenger. Let's build heaven on earth. We don't follow standards. We set them. I love you. Take care. And I'll drop another video tomorrow. Bye-bye.